नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतम्। अद्य शुभरविवासरे अग्रे सरामः। पञ्चमपाठे अन्तिमभागे स्मः। वयं संस्कृतव्यवहारः इत्यस्मिन् सप्तमभागे स्मः। तत्र अस्माभिः ह्यस्तनकक्ष्यायाः अन्ते स्म प्रयोगः पठितः। तदनन्तरं किमस्ति इति पश्यामः। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं करोमि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। अस्तु, इदानीं संस्कृतव्यवहारे वयं स्म प्रयोगस्य विषये ज्ञातवन्तः। यत्र लट्लकारे करोति इति स्थापयित्वा तदनन्तरं स्म इति वा यस् यस् यत्किञ्चिदपि स्यात्, तत्र करोति, कुरुतः, कुर्वन्ति, करोमि, कुरुतः, करोमि, करोषि, कुरुतः, कुरुथ, करोमि, कुर्वः, कुर्मः, यत्किमपि स्यात्, गच्छति, यत्किमपि स्यात्, तत्र स्म इत्यनेन भूतकाले तथा यक्कोपि कार्यं यत्किमपि कार्यं करोति स्म इति अर्थे भवति। यूज् टू इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे, सामान्यतया यूज् टू इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे, परन्तु तत्र सरल अर्थं सरलभूतार्थे अपि गोपाल वास् एक्टिंग, गोपालः अभिनयं करोति स्म इत्यस्य। यत्र अकरोत् इति प्रयोगः लङ्लकारे भवति तस्मिन्नेव अर्थे अपि प्रायः करोति स्म इत्यस्य प्रयोगः शक्यते। स्म इति अव्ययशब्दं, तत् न क्रियापदं, तत् अव्ययशब्दं। तत्तु क्रियापदेन साकं यदा भवति तत्रापि लट्लकारे यत् क्रियापदम् अस्ति तस्य साकं यदा भवति तस्य भूतकाले यत् कार्यम् अभवत् तस्य सूचना दास्यति। Okay, now the second part of the Samskrita Vyavahara is about some Lekhana Niyama. Probably here and there we have been brought into attention about this. Even as we look at text, I have been telling you about it. But here they have given the Sankshepa. So in Lekhana Niyama, for example, let us look at this sentence, pair of sentences. Saha karyam akarot, aham grantham apatham. Everything seems in order when we read it, but it is not precise according to the Lekhana Niyama. For example, karyam akarot, this anuswara bindu for karyam is treated as inappropriate in the context of a swarakshara happening next. And also here again, aham grantham is okay because there is a Vyanjana Akshara, but Grantham Apatam, again Anuswara Bindu is not to be taken with Akara there or any Swarakshara there. And especially in a Padanta, for example, in a Vakyanta, when this word is the last one in the sentence, you cannot conclude with a Anuswara Bindu. So we have to assume at the end of the sentence a Halanta Makara version rather than the Anuswara. We will understand the reason for this. I will explain it also. But basically there are errors in writing this way, though reading is not apparently afflicted because we don't so precisely pronounce the Anuswaras, but it actually technically is incorrect and in pronunciation also inaccurate. So observe these two sentences. Anuswara or the bindu is found, this cancellation is incorrect, is includes, is found in both sentences. Okay, in such places a doubt arises whether anuswara, the bindu, or the halanta makara should be used. Again, this crossing is happening because the it should have been along with this, for some reason it has traveled across, same thing there. Okay, so the halanta makara should be used. Concerning this, there are the following rules. If anuswara is followed by a vowel or what we call a swara, the letter halanta makara, ma with the halanta, should be used, should be written in its place. For example, pustakam anayati, halanta makara anayati. Kshamita. Kshamaya che. हा पुस्तकम् आनयति. सो आकारः अस्ति अत्र स्वराक्षरः, तो तर्हि हलन्तमकारस्य प्रयोजनं. क्षीरम् इच्छति, पुनः इकारः अस्ति इति हलन्तमकारः. जलम् उष्णम् अस्ति, इत्र द्वयोः मकारयोः योजनं. तत्र जलम् उष्णं, सो मकारः उ, मकारः अ एवं भवेत् इति सूचना. ओके, तत्तु प्रथमबिन्दुः. तो यत्र व्यञ्जनाक्षरः अस्ति अग्रे, तर्हि तत्र अनुस्वारबिन्दोः प्रयोजनं स्यात्. तत्तु अग्रे भवति सूचना. न यदि स्वराक्षरः अस्ति चेत् हलन्तमकारस्य योजना स्यात् इति. इफ द अनुस्वारा is the at the end of a sentence, the letter halantamakara should be written in its place. We saw it here in apatham as an error, so that's what. Udaharanam etat pustakam, so halantamakara at the end. Ayodhya sundaram nagaram. Okay, this is napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti visheshana to Ayodhya. Aham vakyam avadam. So this is a kriya pada with a halantamakara. Okay, so this is a karma. In the rest, in vakyam avadam also the halantamakara was there because of the akara of the avadam. So in the rest of the instances, that is, if an anuswara is followed by any consonant, that is a non-swara, then it should be written with a dot above the letter, as in this dot above the letter. For example, saha nagaram gacchati, that is called anuswara bindu. Nagaram gacchati. Ramah phalam khadati. So ga, kha, these are vyanjanaksharas. So anuswara. Okay, the rule is followed in all the lessons and it should be strictly followed while writing in Sanskrit script. Okay, they are advising us just stick to this switching between halantamakara and anuswara carefully. So for example, we can write some things like this. Instead of saha karyam akarot as was there incorrectly, we should write saha karyam, this red makara, akarot. See here, aham grantham apatam. Aham retains its bindu because gakara is a vyanjana, but grantham apatam, that anuswara bindu should be halantamakara. Apatam is a word at the end of the sentence, so apatam should have halantamakara. This is the correct version of what was incorrect there. Okay. Now, what is the reason for this is there is a sandhi called anuswara sandhi. Anuswara bindu actually originates due to that sandhi as one instance. Okay. Natively it may be there in some shabdas, but most places it originates from this, especially at the end of the word, like we saw, it originates from this halanta makara being the original letter, which switches over to using the bindu in the presence of a swara due to the anuswara sandhi. Okay, so these are you are not supposed to do anuswara sandhi here. Okay, you have to do it only when there is a vyanjana akshara, etc. So that is the reason. And also in the same way, at the vakyanta, the similar rule holds. There is no condition that it's met to change it to bindu. So we retain halanta makara there. Okay, all right. Any questions?
No, sir.
Ha, Bagini, ask.
In case of aham, it has to be written with anuswara bindu or mahalanta.
Which aham, Bagini? This last one?
Yeah.
It
Aham
is with
grantham.
anuswara bindu because gakara is the first letter of the next word, right? Ga is a vyanjana akshara. So we should change the halanta makara to anuswara.
Okay.
Due to anuswara sandhi. Okay. Now what they are doing here is they are not trying to tell you this is due to anuswara sandhi rule, etc. Samskrita Bharati is just advising us, just stick to this principle. It's very simple. Use anuswara bindu when there is a vyanjana akshara. Use halanta makara when there is a swarakshara following or at the end of the sentence. That's all. Simple two rules. Okay. Okay. So we will move forward. So now some abhyasa with the sma prayoga and anuswara bindu. Very easy exercises for us. Okay. So using the sma, translate the following sentences into Sanskrit. So let me invite somebody one by one. We can try this out. So Latha Bagini, Latha, Varye, can you unmute? Okay, for whatever reason, I think she's not able to. Rupa Jadhav Varye, Rupa Jadhav Varye, can you unmute? Ha. Ha. So he was reading. So you can first say it in whichever way, then see if you can use SMR translation of that. So first you say he is reading. First, what would be he is reading?
Saha patati sma.
He was reading is saha patati sma. So saha patati is he is reading. To convert it to he was reading, saha patati sma. Well done. Okay. Saha adhyayanam karoti sma. This is easier patati sma. This is more complicated, but two ways of doing sma prayoga. So you can even convert adhyayanam to pathanam. Saha pathanam karoti sma. This is the way to put kru dhatu instead of the original dhatu. So all right, well done, Bagini. One more for you. I was singing.
Aham
Hmm.
gayati gayasmi means
Gayami.
gayami sma.
Correct. Aham gayami sma. I can understand your confusion how to go to Uttama Purusha. So gayanam. So gayati, gayatah, gayanti, gayasi, gayatah, gayatha, gayami, gayavah, gayamah. So gayami sma. Aham gayami sma. Or aham geetam. You can include, of course, geetam gayami sma. It's just a karma inclusion of what I was singing. So ganam, geetam, something. Gayami sma. गीतां वो गीतं वा गीतम् इति लिखितं मया अस्तु अस्तु नाम इदानीं न पश्यतु तत्र पी थैंक्स भगिनी यू ट्राइड अ कपल वेरी वेलकम सो लेट अस सी हु हैज श्रीमंती वर्ये इज रेडी श्रीमंती वर्ये प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ
Oh, so actually, I have a doubt. Yesterday, I could not attend properly. There was
हाँ
some issue, internet.
हाँ
So now he was reading. Can I make it as Saha Apathat Sma?
no you cannot okay saha apatat itself is complete there is no place for sma there okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
saha apatat is
Now I
past
get.
complete sense of he read. Okay.
Huh.
Saha
Huh.
patati sma is a variation where you are saying he used to read.
Huh.
But we can take it in a simple sense as he read.
Hmm.
Okay, at the starting
Yes.
Sulabha Samskrita level, you can take the meaning as he read. Actual meaning is he used to read. So Saha Patatisma means he used to read. Saha
Oh,
Apatat is a past complete, which
that's
means
right. Huh.
he read. So when we
Yes.
take the simple meaning of Saha Patatisma, it sounds like Saha Apatat. Hmm?
Hmm.
Okay, another variation, of course, Saha Patitavan, the Kridanta technique of taking Patadhatu into Pullinga and Tavatu Kridanta. So Saha Patitavan, he became a fellow who read like that. Okay.
Yesterday, I didn't have the time to go through the video recording also. So that is why I had a
No problem.
problem.
No problem. Thank you. So
But
you
I
can
can
stand
try
by.
number three. But I
Huh?
can try number three.
Okay, please try. People were working hard.
Mm. Janaha?
Hmm.
Janaha? Hard. Mm, working. Uh, uh, Karyanti?
Correct.
Karyan,
Karyam.
Karyanti is Sma. Hard
No,
is
again, you say the sentence. Sorry, I cut in.
Janaha Karyanti Sma.
No, 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 no. Karyam kurvanti sma.
Kurvanti Sma. Sorry.
Kridhatu goes to kurvanti.
Yes.
Karoti kurutaha kurvanti. And
Yes.
karyam because kim kurvanti question will so karyam kurvanti sma will. Okay. Janaha karyam kurvanti sma or parishramam kurvanti
And
sma.
hard is
Huh?
Parishramang.
Parishrama gives that
Yes.
hard sense, working hard. Okay.
Okay.
Just
Yes.
karyam won't give
Yes.
that. So one way is janaha karyam prayatnena kurvanti sma with effort. Prayatnena kurvanti sma is a additional variation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Okay, sir.
You did well. So thanks, Bhagini. So let's invite
Thank you, sir.
Uma K. Uma K. Variye.
She was scolding.
Huh.
Sa tarjayate sma.
Correct. Sa tarjayati sma.
Tarjayate sma.
Perfect. Sa tarjanam karoti sma or sa tarjayati sma. Tarjayati, direct use of the dhatu. Tarjanam karoti, the indirect kru dhatu technique. Tarjanam karoti sma. So she used to scold, and or in simple sense she was scolding. Okay. Sa atarjayat, she scolded. Okay. So she was scolding is a little bit more accurate with sma, because sa atarjayat is past complete. Was scolding has some continuity in the past. So tarjayati sma is actually a little more accurate translation of she was scolding. Very good there. So one more you try, Bhagini.
We were playing. Vayam kridanti sma.
Vayam kridanti is not matching.
No. Krida mahisma.
Kridamaha.
Mahasma.
Vayam kridamaha sma. Well done. Okay. Vayam kridamaha sma. So aham kridami, avam kridavaha, vayam kridamaha sma, to put it in past tense. And it is accurate to were playing. See, this were playing, was scolding has that past continuous tonality to it due to the ing. So the sma prayoga is very accurate. Okay. Of course, at the entry level, you are also okay to put this in samanya lang, that is vayam akridama, like that. Okay. Okay. Apply the, thanks Bhagini, stand by. Apply
Sir.
the rule of, is there a
Sir.
question from someone?
Sir, can I say sa dandayati sma also or not?
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
But dandayati is not exactly mapping to scolding. You are okay at the current prarambhika level. Nobody will pick issues with that, because scolding is slightly different from
Yes.
punishing. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mahoday, tadayati.
It is even worse than
Oh, that is
dandayati.
even worse. Okay. Okay.
That exactly is saying hitting. At least
Okay.
dandayati, danda can be oral,
Oh,
but
I see.
tadana cannot be oral.
Okay. Acha.
Good thoughts. I mean, Samskrita language wise, not hitting or anything is good thought.
Sir,
Okay.
and tudati means trouble, right?
Tudati, correct. Tudati is to trouble, or also in a sense of tudati is that. Correct.
Okay.
Nudati is to simply nudge someone, nudge.
Okay.
Tudana is that troublesome nudge.
Okay.
Apply the rule of anuswara in the following sentences. So let me pick someone. Pavan Kumar Varya, you can stay unmuted. Pavan Kumar, Ekam Udyanam Asit. Now you have to orally say where it is correct, where it is incorrect, and has to change.
Ekam Udyanam Asit is correct, sir.
No.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Check.
Ekam Udyanam.
No. You have to say whether anuswara bindu should be there or halanta makara should be there. That's what you have to point out to me.
Ekam Udyanam. Udyanam should be with makara. Makara with halanta.
Okay. What about ekam?
Ekam u. Ekama ma
It should also be halanta makara, because ukara is also swara.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so U is a swara, A is a swara. So in both instances, the anuswara bindu is incorrect. It should have been halanta makara. So two corrections. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ekam udyanam asti. The two black letters are the change, and the influencer is this green highlight, ukara and akara. Okay.
Yes, sir.
One more, Mahodaya. Try this next one. Aham patrikam apatham. Where the corrections are needed, if any.
Aham patrikam apatham. Aham is okay, correct, sir.
Okay.
Patrikam,
Why is aham okay?
This is This is its ending is vowel with a dot, but it's starting. Next word is starting with a halant pa. So the dot is taken away and makaram with
No, no, no,
halant.
no. You're actually no. See, the rule is if there is a Vyanjana Akshara, then the Halanta Makara should change to Anuswara. We should do the Anuswara Sandhi. Okay, so in this case, the Makara is incorrect. If we apply Anuswara Sandhi, we should actually take it to Anuswara Bindu. So this will become aha dot aham with a Anuswara Bindu. Okay, because of Vyanjana. What happens here?
Aham patrikam apatham. Aham dot with dot. Patrikam. The dot goes on kam and makaram halant is added.
Correct. Instead of the Anuswara Bindu, we have to use Makar. Then what about Apatham?
Apatham. I don't know, sir.
See, it is a Vakyanta. What is the rule in Vakyanta?
In Vakyanta also we have halant ending.
Correct. So here also we should change. Well done. Okay. So in this sentence, there are 3 errors. All 3 while rules are violated at different places. Okay. Rule number 1 that was violated. When there is a Vyanjana Akshara, Halanta Makara should become a Anuswara. Rule was violated. So here we should change. We should delete the Halanta Makara and put a Anuswara Bindu. Patrikam Apatham, the Kam Anuswara Bindu is not correct because there is a Swarakshara. We should revert back to Halanta Makara. So Patrikam with a Halanta Makara. Apatam is a pada, is a Vakyanta pada. So that Anuswara Bindu at the end of the Vakya is illegal. So we should switch back to Halanta Makara. So 3 corrections. Okay. So aham, patrikam, apatam. So Bindu here, Makara here are due to the corresponding influences. This is Vakyanta influence. This is Swara influence. This is Vyanjana influence in the beginning. Okay. Well done, Mahodaya. Good try. I think you got some of your doubts solved by trying this exercise. That's good. Devika MN. Devika Varye, can you participate, please? Why are my students so shy? Dhanya Varye. Please try the next couple of sentences or all 3 if you can.
Yes. Tam aham ekam katham avadam.
One by one we go. So for tam you should say now.
Yeah. So since the next word is starting with a, the Anuswara Bindu is correct there.
No.
No? Okay. It should be more.
See, the examples above are incorrect. Look at these things. Look at my corrected sentences for clues.
Okay. So ma should come in tam.
See why? Because ma is needed when there is a swarakshara. Begin, there is a simple technique. Okay. Whenever there is a swara following, we need a vyanjana before it. Okay, at the end. So it has to be halanta makara. Whenever there is a vyanjana following, we need a swara. So anuswara. Okay. Can we just complement the nature of what is ahead? Then you are in business. Okay. So the what is ahead, if it is a vyanjana, use the anuswara. What is ahead, if it is a swara, use a makara vyanjana. Okay, so that we are alternating vyanjana, swara. If you see the beauty of our Indian languages, okay, we are about samyuktakshara and gunitaksharas, right? You at the very beginning we learned samyuktaksharas, gunitaksharas. What was the general thing? Every letter for us is either a swara alone or a vyanjanakshara or a complex of vyanjanaksharas followed by a swara. Okay, so that is been the thing, and typically pure vyanjanas come only at the end of the words. Like halanta makara, for example, is an example of a pure vyanjana akshara. Okay, so we have this rule that you have to have a few vyanjanas coupled together with a swara, followed by a few more vyanjanas coupled with a swara, so on and so forth. But potentially at the end of the word, a vyanjana alone, okay, hanging without a swara. But in between, everybody should have a swara with them. Okay, otherwise they will get compounded with the next letter. Vyanjanas, if they are alone, they get compounded with the next Vyanjana. They can only stay with a swara. Okay, is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Now try one by one.
Okay. So, tam aham. So there we will have a makaranta.
Very good.
Aham ekam. So there also we will have makaranta because
Very
A is
good.
a swara. Then ekam katham. I think we will have anuswara bindu there.
Yes, no, you don't have to be doubting that. Yes, there will be anuswara bindu because there is a vyanjanakshara kakara. Very good. Next.
Katham avadam. There we will have makaranta.
Very good.
And avadam, since it is end of the sentence, we will have makaranta.
Beautiful. Now you got it right. Okay, I think you were just getting tense when sometimes students when they come online get tense. You are making the wrong judgments. You have done it accurately now. Okay, every correction you suggested basically with the correct description you described. Very nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bagini. Let's give someone
Thank you.
else the opportunity because looks like this will help students. Mrinalini Sharma.
Ha, Mahoday.
Mahoday, your sentence.
Yeah. Tvam griham agatya chitram alikaha. So tvam here ma should go. The dot should come because it is followed by ga, which is not a vowel. Okay.
Perfect.
Then here griham. It is because the next word is agatya. A is a vowel. Ma should come at the end of halantamakara should come and gruham.
Very good. Next.
Then chitram.
Here is there anything to do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Next
chitram is the another word. Chitram because the next word is alikaha. A is a vowel. So chitra, that chitram will be replaced by ma. The dot will be replaced by ma. Halantamakara. Is it okay? And
perfect. Is there anything for alikaha? No, because there is no anuswara bindu.
There is nothing over there.
Very good. So I think you were 100% accurate. Tvam griham agatya chitram alikaha. So halantamakara here, and a anuswara bindu in the first case because of gakara, as you explained. 3 corrections you have identified precisely. Thank you very much, Bagini. Well done. So Shri Pai Varya. Sorry, I used to know your Venkatesh Pai, I think, right?
Yes. I'm audible.
Venkateshwarya. Last sentence is yours.
Yeah, no problem. Saha mahantam anandam anubhutavan. Mahantam will be replaced by halant makara, and anandam also will be replaced by halant makara.
Perfect. Because of a and a respectively being the influencers. Very correct. Saha mahantam anandam anubhutavan. So I think you guys got it. So you see Venkateshwarya is so happy now. Okay. Sorry.
Sir, one question here.
Please.
Sir, this thing about joining 2 words and all, no? I mean, I'm just trying to do that first one and just see, if I'm getting it correct. Like ekam udyanam asit, I can say ekam udyanam asit, something like that. As a one word.
Ekam udyanam asit. Okay. But what happens then, no? The halanta makara will join the a and become ma.
No. That u, no? Ekam mudyanam mudyanam.
I will show you. Okay, I will copy this and show you what happens. I think it's good. Mahodaya is trying to say what happens if I actually go ahead and remove the avasana or the spaces. What will happen? Okay, so here there is some space to explain here, so I will take it here. See what will happen. This
Samyukta shabda, na, sir?
Samyukta akshara. So you can do samyukta. Okay, so I can remove this ma and u and make it. Okay, I have to launch my. Yeah, launch the Pramukh IME. Yeah. So mu it will become. Okay. And this will become ma. Okay. Do you notice? So this is correct. Okay. In fact, in Kavya, you will find like this. Okay. So ekam udyanam asit. There is actually technically there is not, it's just two samyuktaksharas, but you do see the influence of anuswara sandhi in place. That means the withdrawal of the anuswara sandhi by halanta makara. So ekam udyanam asit. Okay. See, now you see A is a standalone swara, so legal letter. Ka is a k with a legal letter. Ma, mu, so makara with ukara, so legal letter. Then dya, similarly na, similarly ma again with akara. So everybody is a compound of vyanjanas with swaras or swara alone. Okay, swara alone in Sanskritam comes only in the beginning of a word. Halanta vyanjana alone comes only at the end of a word. Okay, very precisely check this. Okay, now this has become one single compound word with two sandhis. Okay, though there are three padas, but due to sandhi application, it has become one sandhi yukta pada. In this case, the sandhi in some places is just samyoga, not exactly a sandhi. In some places, it's absence of anuswara sandhi. The halanta makara is the absence of anuswara sandhi, and the halanta makara here is the absence of another anuswara sandhi with the akara. Okay. All right. Ekam udyanam asit. Is that what you are trying, Mahodaya?
Yeah, that's what. And sir, one more question, added question to that. The next letter should always be a swara. Only then you can do this sanyukta, or it can be this also, consonant also.
You can, for example, but there will be, for example, let's take something else. So let me shorten this. Okay, and put it here and continue. Okay, let us try this aham patrikam apatam. Okay, what we can do and what we cannot do, we will see here. Okay, so aham patrikam. Okay, if you take out the avasana, aham patrikam is incorrect. Okay, if you are going to make a sandhi out of this, then you have to do something called anunasika sandhi. Okay, so aham patrikam, like that you have to do. Okay, so you have to remove the anaswara. So this is okay. You saw that aham patrikam. So you come back to another sandhi called anunasika sandhi and bring the pavargas nasika akshara with it. Okay, the anuswara bindu switches to the pavargas nasika. Okay, which is makara. Aham patrikam, and here there is no problem. Mapatam, mapatam. Okay, so aham patrikam mapatam is the compounded sandhi stuff. Okay.
So it's like instead of doing that, you are like adding a halant makara and then joining it to the pa sort of.
Yeah, but that is due to another sandhi called the first sandhi of changing halanta makara to anuswara bindu is a exercise across the space. Okay. Okay, with the space staying, what the pa influences the ma to become anuswara. Then when we remove the avasana and do a sandhi, okay, so the anuswara sandhi is like a little bit like remote sandhi. Then the anunasika sandhi is a contact sandhi, where again the anuswara switches to a vargiya panchamakshara. Which varga? That varga of that letter which follows. Pakara varga. So pa pa ba bha ma. So aham patrikam patam. Like here there is a simple samyoga, of course. Okay.
Correct. So instead of aham, instead of pa, it was like a ka. Then I would use
correct. So it will become aham karomi.
Aham karomi. Aham karomi.
This one. Okay. So this is also anunasika sandhi.
Correct.
Okay. Anuswara sandhi had been done, then it progressed to anunasika sandhi because of avasana or space removal. Okay.
Understood, sir. Thanks.
Understood. Very good. So you are a happy boy.
One second, just no, I'm interrupting 1 second. Just a minute, because when you said this sentence, can we call it a samasta padam or what?
No. These are all sandhi padams. These are not samasta padams because these are still 3 words. Ekam, udyanam, asit. Just in lekhana, we have taken out the avasanas and put it down with the sandhi or the samyoga. If there is a vikara, if there is a varna vikara, then we call it sandhi. If there is no varna vikara, we just call it samyoga. Okay. Samyuktakshara. So mu is a samyuktakshara, ma is a samyuktakshara. Fine. But here, for example, there is a varna vikara. Nga came.
We are finding.
Huh?
Then if you start combining all these words into a big line.
No, we cannot combine. We cannot combine sentences. We cannot combine sentences.
No, that's like this. As we have done here in example, this is most of the time we experience this kind of things in while reading, and
correct.
we are required to do padacheda.
Correct. So be a little patient. See, because here Kundri Varya, I think that's the one that asked earlier, right? I didn't check the name. I thought it was him. Yeah, it was, I think, Milind Varya only.
Yes.
So because Milind Varya was curious, I went ahead. It is, we are not exactly in the syllabus mode here in this class. Okay. So I am pointing to what will be taught going forward. So these come under Vyanjana Sandhis that will be taught in Shiksha level. Okay. So next in Parichaya level you will be taught Swara Sandhis. Next at Shiksha level you will be taught Vyanjana Sandhi and Visarga Sandhi. At that time you would have learnt all the Sandhi, then you will appreciate all this better what I am telling. Right now just take it with a, okay, he is telling something because somebody asked a question. These are all out of syllabus sentences. Okay. Today's focus is just this anuswara business and sma business. Okay. All right. All right, so I think I'll leave that thing there and probably remove the animation associated. Let the animation be there, doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. Oh, okay, it will come along with the, it is coming earlier only. No problem. So good, I'll take care of that later. Okay, so we will move forward. Subhashitam. Oh, okay, before we move forward, anybody got confused by all this? Are there people with any confusion to be clarified? Okay, good. Everyone, I think, got what all we were discussing. So like I told you, with this anuswara, the first thing is anuswara appears due to something called anuswara sandhi, which is a little bit like a remote sandhi. Remote sandhi in the sense it works across the space, right? So there is no real removal of the avasana, but it works across the space to make this anuswara appear or disappear in some place. Disappear in the sense not to make them appear is how we should see it. Then if you choose to remove the avasana, then another new sandhi takes over potentially, which is called anunasika sandhi. Anunasikas are who? Anuswara is who? Anuswara is the swara list that aha, that bindu is the anuswara. Anunasika is what in Sanskritam? Anunasikas are all the nasal sounds, but typically Vargiya Anunasikas are what we highlight them. That is that last column letters. That ka, kha, ga, ga, nga, nga, nya, ma, na, na. These things are Anunasikas. We call them 5 Vargiya Anunasikas. So when we remove the avasana with the anuswara bindu being present, let us take this. That's what, sorry. Let us take these examples. So aham patrikam. So here this aham, that bindu, when we remove the space, bindu cannot remain because it has to follow anuswara sandhi, anunasika sandhi. Anunasika sandhi. And then take the 5th letter of pavarga, which is makara. So aham patrikam it will become. And similarly ahankaromi, the kavarga's last letter is nga. So aham will take the nga form. So ahankaromi. So this pronunciation of aham is changing throughout. Okay. So through the process of doing anunasika sandhi first and then anuswara sandhi first and then anunasika sandhi. Okay. All right. If you're still confused, don't worry. It will get resolved by the time you move to the 3rd level of exam. Okay. Subhashitam. Sushtubhashitam, subhashitam. Acharyat padamadatte पादं शिष्यः स्वमेधया पादं सब्रह्मचारिभ्यः पादं कालक्रमेण च. Beautiful. Okay. Acharyaat padamaadatte padam shishyah swamedhaya padam sabrahmacharibhyah padam kalakramena cha. Okay, so what is this saying? Acharyat, from the acharya, padam, a quarter, one leg, okay, one leg or a quarter, adate, he begets, he procures, okay, he learns, okay. Then padam shishyah swamedhaya adate, we have to take the adate as a copycat verb for the next set. So padam, another quarter, another because one padam has been introduced. Shishyaha can be taken for the first one also. Shishyaha acharyat padam adatte. Shishyaha padam swamedaya adatte. With his own thought process and intelligence, he gets one quarter. Okay. Then padam sabrahmacharibhyah shishyaha adatte. Or Shishyaha in this case, Chatraha Adatte. So one more quarter, this person, sorry, I think there is somebody unmuted. Let me mute everyone. Okay. So one more quarter, he learns from his fellow students. Sab Brahmacharibhyaha are those who are on the path towards Brahman. In that sense, of course, in the deep sense, of course, right now here in the student life. Okay. So from other students, he or she gets the third quarter. Then padam kalakramena cha. In real life, as time proceeds, you still have things left to learn, which you learn through experiences in life. Kalakramena cha ekaha padam adatte. Of course, at that time, he is a shishya to the loka. So in the first one, he is a shishya to acharya. In the second one, he is a shishya to his own thinking, critical thinking. In the third one, he is a shishya to his fellow students. And the fourth one, he is a shishya to the very world itself, teaches him. Okay, beautiful verse. It's very, very accurate. Acharyat padamadatte padam shishyah swamedaya padam sabrahmacharibhyah padam kalakramena cha. शिष्यः आचार्यात् पादम् एकं प्रथमपादम् अर्थात् आदत्ते. आदत्ते इत्यत्र आङ् प्लस् दा इति उभयपदी धातुः दा इति आत्मने लट् लकारः आदत्ते इति रूपम्. ओके, आङ् इति उपसर्गः ओके अस्ति तत्र. देन् प्राप्नोति इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे, obtains इत्यस्मिन् अर्थे. सः सः शिष्यः, सः is better to use with the rest. सः स्वमेधया अन्यम् एकं पादम् आदत्ते. सः सब्रह्मचारिभ्यः अपरं पादम् अथवा तृतीयं पादम् आदत्ते. सः कालक्रमेण अर्थात् लोकानुभवेन अन्तिमं पादम् आदत्ते इति अर्थम्. प्रश्नाः सन्ति वा?
Sir, one question. This vibhakti use is different for different things, no? I mean, some of it is with and some is from.
Very good. Let us see if there is any difference. Okay. So, Acharyat is Panchami Prayoga. Okay. From the Acharya, because Acharya is the source of the teaching. So, Acharyat, very clear, from Acharya. Swamedha is a Strilinga Shabda. So, Swamedhaya is Tritiya Prayoga, with his own brain. Okay. So, see there, see, even you observe English, from the Guru, with his own brain. So with is a karana, right? With his own brain. Okay. So precise variations are there, originating from even as ancient grammar as Sanskritam grammar. From the Guru with his own brain. So the medha becomes a instrument of learning. So nothing wrong in using tritiya there. Okay. Then brahmacharibhyah. So brahmacharihi, harihi, harihi, hari, harayah, harim, hari, harin, harina, haribhyam, haribihi, haraye, haribhyam, haribhyah, Harehe, haribhyam, haribhyah. So this is again Panchami Bahuvachana. So from the Sabrahmacharis, so this is again Panchami as a source. Okay, though it can also look like Chaturthi, but he is not giving Jnana to the Sabrahmachari, they are giving Jnana to him. So we have to take Panchami sense. So Haribhyaha or Sabrahmacharibhyaha. That's why Hari Shabda is also important. More than for praying to Hari, it is important for Sanskritam knowledge. So Sabrahmacharibhyaha aparam padam ekaha adatte, saha adatte. Then Kalakramena. So this is again coming back to Tritiya in the sense of Karana. Okay. Ramenavat. Kalakramena. Okay. Lokhanubhavena. Okay. Antimam padam adatte. So there is a careful switching from Tritiya to Panchami based on whether something sounds like a instrument or it's more like a source. It is subtle, you will get it over time. You do it naturally in your mother tongues. Okay, Gurugalinda we say in Kannada. Here Swamatiyannu upayogisi. So we use the Karana there. Okay.
Thanks, sir.
It's not precise to say in Kannada, but it's you get it in Sanskritam itself. Okay. Any questions?
Yes, Mahoday. In this word, sa brahmachari does this indicate bahuvachan?
Yes, yes, yes. Brahmachari Shabda, it declines like, I think I used Hari as a prototype. I don't know, Ikaranta or Ikaranta, Brahmacharin Nakaranta. Maybe it is sounding similar, so maybe it is Brahmacharin and then Brahmachari, Brahmacharyo, Brahmacharina. So anyway, it is Panchami Bahuvachana. Bhyaha is no doubt that it is Bahuvachana, first of all. There is no Bhyaha which is Eka or Dvivachana. So it is Panchami Bahuvachana. Okay?
Ji, okay.
Sir, aparam means next, is it?
Another.
Aparam.
Aparam. See,
Another.
Ekam means one, aparam means another.
Okay.
Okay? Ekam, aparam. Aparaha means another, like that.
Thank you, sir.
Aparam, aparaha, apara, depending on the linga, you can use it in the correct mode. Okay? Padam is Napumsaka, so I have used Napumsaka ekam. The same way they have also used Padam. They have never used Aparam and all that. I have added all the color, of course. So they have just stuck to Padam. So I have used Napumsaka because it goes with Ekam Padam, Anyam Padam, Aparam Padam, Antimam Padam. All are Napumsaka Visheshanas. First quarter, second another quarter, like that. Anyam, Aparam is not variant.
Can we say Dvitiya, Tritiya instead of Anyam, Ekam and Aparam?
Dvitiya, Tritiya.
No, Anyam, Ekam Padam. Second, can we make it Dvitiya or we should say Anyam, Ekam only?
It is in Dvitiya, but it is Napumsaka Dvitiya. Padaha iti Pullinge iti va. Padam iti Dvitiyayam syat. Samyak. Padaha iti prayogaha asti. तो तर्हि पादम इति द्वितीयायाम एकवचने पादम एकम इति आम सम्यक् पादः इति पुल्लिङ्गे पदम्.
And one something, I mean, could it is it a correction? I am just asking, sir. Saha swamedhaya anyam ekam should be anuswar, no, sir?
I have chosen not to do the, actually they didn't say in Sanskrit Bharati teaching, they said you forcefully do the anuswara sandhi. Technically, yes, following the prototype, I should edit that to follow the rule that was just taught. Hey, here it is correct. Anyam ekam, aparam padam. This is correct. Ekam. I think I have been careful. Looks like I am already accurate.
Ekam should be with a dot. Ekam padam.
Here. Correct. Ekam should be with a dot. Ekam. Correct. That is one incorrectness. At least to follow the current rules. But finally, please understand, though Sanskrit Bharati has advised us, forced us to do Anuswara Sandhi, Anuswara Sandhi is also in the end optional, so that Ekam Padam wouldn't have been inaccurate. Okay, because sandhi is vaktuhu vivaksha. We say it is your desire. So because I know the Paninian rule that anuswara bindu appears actually from halanta makara, I can choose to leave the halanta makara, but let us just follow the simple rules for now. Let's keep it congruent, otherwise it will confuse. Okay. Thanks for the pointing that out, Varya. Lot of corrections. Okay. All right. So we'll move forward. Once more, we'll just read this. Acharyat padamadatte padam shishyah swamedaya padam sabrahmacharibhyah padam kalakramena cha. Okay. So we come to the exercises of the 5th class. Translate the following sentences into Sanskrit using Parasmaipadi verbs. So that means gacchati, agacchati, like that. Okay, they are asking. Okay, and these are all let the. So let us practice one lot lakara. So clearly, all these questions are let, and of course for Uttama Purusha Ekavachana questioning variant. So likhatu, likhatam, likhantu, likha, likhatam, likhata. Likhani, likhava, likhama. With likh dhatu, it is demonstrate. So, of course, we need to how to switch gacchatu, gacchatam, karotu, kurutam. Kru dhatu is a little tough, but anyway. So, let us try this one. Okay. So, let the boy study the lesson. So, let me invite someone because crowdsourcing this is a little painful. Rama or Varye? Rama or Varye, can you join us? Help us? No. Okay. Vasuki Varye, can you help us? Can you unmute? Yeah.
Not this time.
Bagini, what was it?
There is a problem in my connection. I keep going on and off. Just allow me. Yeah.
Just try, you are able to see the screen? Okay, I think she has some problem clearly. Let her be. Okay. So let's invite Jyoti Prakash Varye. Jyoti Prakash, you are logged in twice, so maybe through one of the instruments you can unmute. Jyoti Prakash. Oh, looks like people are having technical issues, is it? I'm sorry.
Let the boys study the lessons. I have severe network issue today.
Sorry, madam. Just it's coming well now. Just try to tell the Sanskrit sentence. Let's see. I can hear you. Oh, suddenly she's not heard anymore. Jyoti Bagini, are you speaking? No. Okay, she has issues. So let us mute her back. Let's invite Sandhya. Sandhya. Not much success today for me getting students to participate. Vishnupriya Varye, you are back in the class.
Ji Mahoday.
Let the boy study the lessons. How you would put that in the Sanskritam? Balakaha, correct. Balakaha. Lesson?
Patham.
Let us take singular, no problem. Balakaha, patham.
Balakaha patham pathatu.
Pathatu, well done. So this is such a big sentence, but finally the focus is boy study lesson and let being lot. Let is lot. So balakaha patam pathati in lat becomes balakaha patam patatu. Very simple transformation in Sanskritam to bring so much mood change. Okay. So balakaha.
Sir, the two itself indicates let the boy do this.
Exactly. See the power of a simple ending change. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So balakaha patam patatu. So of course, because lessons is there, we can go for bahuvachana pathan patatu.
Okay,
Patham,
Pathan. For
Pataha,
lessons.
Pataha, Patau, Pataha, Patham,
Ji.
Patau, Pathan, iti
Ji.
Raman. Huh?
Oh,
So Path,
Pathan.
Lot, Pratama Purushe Ekavachanam. And I put an apostrophe because that gives this Lot Lakara sense very accurately. Okay. Very nice. Well done. So since you are working well, your microphone, everything, I want you to try one more.
Let the cat drink the milk. So marjarah.
Very good. Marjarah.
Marjarah. Kshiram.
Kshiram.
Kshiram. Pibatu.
Correct. Perfect answer. Marjaraha, Marjalaha, Marjaraha, both are used. Okay. I think Marjaraha is there. I'll check it anyway. Marjalaha, Kshiram, Atava Dugdam, Pibatu. Bagini is told correctly. Lot. Okay. Well done. Thanks, Bagini. Well done.
Should I try the next one, sir?
No, let's see if someone else can. I like your enthusiasm, but let's see some more guys can participate. Look, now guys, hands are going up. Rama R, you're able to unmute now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Try Bagini. Number 3 and 4 is yours.
Let the fisherman go to the river. Divaraha is singular.
Correct. Divaraha. Plural?
The fisherman is Divaraha.
Divaraha. Well done. Divaraha.
Nadim Gachantu.
Gachantu. Perfect. Dhivaraha Nadim Gachantu. Dhivaraha Nadim Gachantu. Gum lot. Well done, Bagini. One more for you.
Let not the tiger eat the deer. Vyagraha.
Mriga. Correct. Mriga Shabda.
Mrigam.
No. Mrigam would be, one Mrigam. You are correct. Mrigam. One Mrigam. Correct. Mrigam.
Na khadatu.
Na khadatu. Na bhakshayatu. Na khadatu. Khadatu is easier. Vyagraha Mrigam na khadatu. Khad lot. Well done. Thanks, Bagini. That was very good participation. So, Pavan Kumar Varya, you want to try? Your hand is still up.
Let us go to the theater. Vayam theater.
Chitrashala, something like that. You use.
Chitrashalam. Gachatu.
Vayam doesn't go with gachatu, no? You have to go to the last line of this table. Likhani, likhava, likhama. So, what is the with gam dhatu?
Gachamaha.
Gachama. Lot the visarga goes. Vayam chitra sabham atva chitra shalam gachama. Okay. So I use Natya Sabham for theater, which is very accurate because theater is where Nataka or Natya happens. So Natya Sabham Gachama, like that. Okay. Vayam Natya Sabham Gachama. But if you used other variants, just if you use Sabha also is okay. Sabham Gachama, Chitra Sabham Gachama, Natya Sabham Gachama. Many translations are there for theater, so no problem. Okay. Well done. Last one for you.
Shall I go to the temple? Temple Devalayam. Aham Devalayam Gachama.
No, see Likhani Uttama Purusha Ekavachana.
Gachami.
Gachani.
Sorry.
Gachani. Kaku. Okay. Aham Devalayam Gachani. Or you can also add Kim or Va. Aham Devalayam Gachani Kim. Gachani Va. You can add the Va for additional color. No problem. Okay. So, or you can put the Kim in the beginning. That's another way of doing the Kako. Kim Aham Devalayam Gachani. That's also good. What? Shall I go to the temple? Like that. Okay. So this is also fine, but you can put the Kim in the end also. Aham Devalayam Gachani Kim. Athva Aham Devalayam Gachani Va. Or it's not even needed. You can say aham devalayam gachani by tonality. Okay, beautiful. Well done. So I think he got two tough ones with the Uttama Purusha. Somehow they have not given Madhyama Purusha examples, but this is good. These exercises are almost useful for us. Oh, looking at this Vyagra and this Mruga, we definitely don't want it to eat the deer. It's too sweet. Okay. All right. So I am also waiting to go to this Devalaya whenever it is ready in Ayodhya. Okay. So few more exercises to conclude. So let us finish and then take the break. Using Atmanepadi verbs, translate the following sentences into Samskritam. So let's invite Pavan Kumar Varia back. Is still unmuted. Let him try couple more. You try. Can you use Atmanepadi? Atmanepadi declensions you see here. Vandatam, Vandetam, Vandantam, Vandasva, Vandetham, Vandadhvam, Vandai, Vandavahai, Vandamahai. So we have some help here for our old brains to get tickled. So I have it here. So you try.
Vandasva.
Vandasva if it was Vandana. But try.
Try will be.
You remember Yatna, Prayatna, Yat dhatu. Yat.
Prayatna.
Pra is the upasarga you don't need. Just Yat. Yat.
Yatnasva.
Yatnas. Yatasva. There is no nakara. Yatasva. Okay. But what about the subject?
Yatasva.
Kaha yatasva. What yatasva?
What?
You. Tvam. You forgot the subject. Tvam yatasva. You try. Like that. Okay. Yat prayatne iti dhatu. And that is lot lakara is yatasva in Madhyama Purusha. 2.1 Madhyama Purusha ekavachana yatasva. Just like Vandasva. You are correct. You picked the correct prototype, but the dhatu has to change to yat. Yatate, yatete. That one in the lat, it become yatatam, yatetam, yatantam, yatasva, yatetham, yatadhvam, yatai, yatavahai, yatamahai. Okay. So you have to mouth this with a few dhatus, Atmanepadi dhatus. I told you make your scratch sheet of Atmanepadi dhatus and Parasmaipadi dhatus and orally just once when somebody asks you to pray, you can practice this in the place of the prayer.
Right, sir.
One more. Let them examine the books.
Let them examine the books.
Books we know.
Books, pustakaha.
Pustakani, napumsaka. Pustakam, pustakani. Okay. Pustakani continues to be the same sound in Dvitiya also. So this karma padas are also pustakani. So now them, how do you say them?
Te.
Te, very good. So te is the subject. Te is the subject. Pustakani is the karma. Examination in Atmanepadi. Do you remember anything?
Examination is. No, sir.
Parikshe, ikshe. Ikshe. Remember iksha dhatu?
Parikshe.
Or you can make it pariksha with the so ikshe and pariksha is I think with the pra upasarga par has happened. So iksha is enough. Okay. So iksha dhatu and te is known. Pustakani is known. So what is iksha dhatu changing to?
Parikshate.
Parikshantam. See, vandantam, ikshantam. Okay. See, vandantam. Same way, ikshantam. Like that. Okay. So, te or taha. If we say all set of ladies, then taha. So, te pustakani ikshantam. Iksh darshane lot. Prathama purusha bahuvachane ikshantam iti. Ikshatam, ikshetam, ikshantam, ikshasva, ikshetham, ikshadhvam, ikshai, ikshavahai, ikshamahai. That is the practice. Okay. You can add parikshantam if you want, but no need. Ikshana is observation, which is examination. Okay. Accurate, detailed observation is ikshana. Well done, Mahodaye.
I have a query here, sir. In this is Atmanepadi, and over here also, it is Prerna, Agya, and Prarthana.
Yeah. Lot lakara only. Prerana. That's why let is there, and that's why we're using lot lakara.
But sir, we did this. Let them do this in the previous exercise also. No, that was Parasmai.
Everything was Parasmai there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we had the prototype in Likh Dhatu, Likhatu, Likhatham, Likhantu, like that. Okay. So here it has changed. So it's not Vandatu, it is Vandatam, Vandetam, Vandantam. Okay. It is lot for Atmanepadi.
Okay. This is more of a Agya or command, and that was more of a request.
Nothing. Both are same. That lot sense is not changing whether it is Parasmai or Atmane Dhatu. Okay. It can be Agnya, it can be Prarthana, it can be other bhavas that go with it. Okay. Agraha, etc. But that is not changing because of Atmane Parasmai. It so happens that Samskrita Bharati split the trouble for us so that, guys like me can put one table on top, right, and help you guys. Okay. So here also one more tickling they are doing now is, this is a little more difficult because they have asked you to use Atmanepadi verbs. You have to think a lot deeply. Parasmaipadi, tons of them are there. It comes easily to us. Atmanepadi, that is why it's very important to prepare your list of 50 Atmanepadi dhatus and practice them so that you know them, how to use, try, examine, compete, etc. in Atmane. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, since you are coming to the unmute state, 3 and 4 are for you. Try this.
Okay. Let Sita compete. Compete is Spardha.
Spardate, correct. Spardha dhatu has the Atmane. Spardate, Spardhete, Spardante. So you got the dhatu. Now it is very easy. Tell me.
Sita, Rama, Rame, Rama. So it is Sita only.
Sita only. Correct. Perfect. Sita, Spardh what?
What was the word, sir? Spardhatam.
Spardhatam. Very done. Sita Spardhatam. We are done. Okay. Sita Spardhatam. Spardh Sangharshe Lot. Okay. So this is the Dhatu Pata. Spardh Sangharshe, Iksh Darshane, Yat Prayatne, like that. Okay. And the form is Lot Pratama Purusha Ekavachana. You taste the fruits.
You taste the fruits. Fruits is Phalani.
Phalani. You is
Tvam.
Tvam.
And taste Tvam. Taste. Jivha. Chak. Is there a word? Chakna? Chak.
No.
Taste would be Tvam.
Swad. Somebody has helped a little.
Okay, Swad. Right, thank you. Tvam Swadantam.
Hey, Tvam is what, Purusha?
Tvam is a first.
No.
Tvam is second.
Saha.
Madhyam Purush. Right. Sorry. Okay. That is Vandadvam. So.
That is Bahuvachana.
Oh.
But of course, if you take Bahuvachana, then fine. Okay.
Bahuvachana for fruits.
Then it has to be Yum.
Okay.
You chose Tvam. So once you choose Tvam, you stick to Tvam.
Yeah, Tvam, Swad, and fruits is in Bahuvachan, no? Phalani.
Fruits is in Bahuvachana. It is Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana, Palam. So?
Acha, okay.
What is the Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana of Phalam?
Phalam, Phale, Phalani. Dvitiya Bahuvachan to
सेम है नपुंसकलिंग में सेम होता है तो फलानी एव ओके सो त्वम फलानी स्वाद वाट
फलानी त्वम फलानी स्वादस्व
करेक्ट ओके स्वादस्व ओके so I think it is swad aswadane so I think swad is some growth okay swadaswa is the form I also made an error there so tvam phalani swadaswa I will check this swadaswa just let me check while we are trying because it sounds like swadaswa to my brain very quickly let me check I will go to the dhatu part
both are correct swad and swata both are correct yeah
Swadaswa is also there, huh?
No, both are there. I have checked the Ashtadhyayi link. Yeah, Swad and
Swadaswa. Swadaswa is the form for Swad Dhatu. Okay, Swad. This is Shwadang Aswadane. So it is Swadaswa is the form. Okay, Swadaswa whether it is there, let me check. Maybe due to some other gana. Whether that is there. Yes. Swad is another dhatu. Swad dhatu also has aswadane artha only. So swadaswa is also allowed. So Mahodaya is correct. So there are two dhatus. Swad and swad. So let me do one thing here.
Okay.
For future it is good. Both dhatus are there, so I increase the.
We do the aswadana.
Mahodaya, another query. Can this be interchanged? Phalani and Swadaswa and like in Pustakani and Ikshantam.
Interchanged in the sense of what you meant?
I mean, these two words, can they be, I mean, one preceding the other, but can it be done the other way around, like ta, ikshantam, pustakani?
But generally, Bhagini, we don't complicate our life. We go subject, object, verb. Okay. So if you are doing kavya, you can think of other, just let us stick to subject, object, verb. It is simple for our life. Huh?
Okay, I read it somewhere, so I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, you can, but
it was saying that in this Sanskrit you can use the words. I mean, they are sacrosanct. I mean, they mean the exact. This thing comes across even if you use it.
Don't give too much thing to this sacrosanct business. Okay, this sacrosanct business is alien to Hindu Dharma. Okay, so. We are very flexible. So Sanskrit allows some reordering, but remember you cannot keep reordering everything. Okay, it will become all displaced and confusing. So so sometimes Visheshanas have to be there with the Visheshyas, otherwise it will become confusing.
Meaningless, right?
Because sometimes Vibhakti sounds will clash, so you will get confused.
I know.
It will
Sir,
become a lot more effort.
It is, you know, I don't get the right, this thing, whether the sentence is giving the right complete feeling or not. That is also a doubt. So.
No, you will get into this. Just stick to subject, object, verb for now.
Yeah.
Okay. And Visheshana, Visheshya as pairs. Okay. Just stick to that. Okay.
Thank you.
So, let us invite who else is ready. I think Rupa Jadhav has not got enough exercise today. I'll bring her back. She's a youngster. She can help us with some more. Rupa Jadhav, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
So you try this, Bhagini. Let us guess the answer. You have to guess the answer.
Vayam uttaram uhamahai.
Vayam uttaram uhamahai. Samyak Bhagini. Vayam uttaram uhamahai. Very good. Vitarke lot. Vitarke. Vitarka means when we have doubt, but in the sense you can take it in the sense of guess also. We guess when there is doubt, so it's fair enough. Okay, uhamahai. Well done, Bagini. Thank you. So now there are some easy questions which we can crowdsource at last and come to our break. How many shlokas are there in Mahabharata?
Over a lakh.
1 lakh.
Over a lakh. Over a lakh. About 1 lakh, you say. Okay. About 1 lakh verses are there. You can also say over 1 lakh verses are there. Now remember, there are several recessions. So it is said that the earlier it started with so many thousand, then became 24,000, then it kept increasing. The Shastras when we say Vyasa, he is the original Kathakara. So over time, the Pandits who could see more or understand more or know from more colloquial stories, which were still in vogue, then knew more details, they would add more verses and explain it. Okay, so that's how it has ended up with 1 lakh verses. Okay, why did it get the name Mahabharata?
It got the name Mahabharata because of its great depth of its content and volume.
Correct. Bharatvat Mahatvat, right? So due to its big, massive nature was one thing. Another you can say because of it is the story of the Bharata Vamsha. You can kind of say that also. But Mahatvat Bharatvat is better. Okay. Mahatvat Bharatvat cha Mahabharatam. You can put the Sanskrit quote due to its depth and size. That's it. Okay. What is meant by Vyasa Rahasya? How many verses are of
800 verses
800?
written by,
which is very difficult to decipher.
Correct. Difficult to decipher. There are 800 verses spread around in Mahabharatam. 800. I don't know where the quote comes from. I tried to ask some expert. He's also not sure because he said whatever we have read, we couldn't find any rahasya. Everything was understandable. So we don't know where these are. He didn't want us to worry too much about this. He said it's more a colloquial storyline. So, but anyway, so 800 or so difficult to understand verses that are there in Mahabharata, said to have been created by Vyasa to keep author Ganesha busy while he thought of what to say next. Okay, well done. So secrets of Vyasa, around 800 difficult to decode verses. I have put it in a compact way. You guys put a few sentences. What appreciation Mahabharata has earned?
The fifth Veda.
Wonderful. Panchamo Vedaha. Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. Mahabharatam is the fifth Veda. That is the appreciation Mahabharata has earned because through its storylines and stories and character description, many variations such as how to be good, how to be, how not to be bad, everything is taught to us like that. Something you spin, few sentences. Write the meaning of the following verbs. Likhata.
Right.
You all right.
Right.
You all right.
Command you all right. Well done. Okay. All right. So then yacha.
You give.
You give singular. Okay. You give singular. Again loat. Namata.
You all salute.
You all salute. Well done. You all salute. Bhashadhvam.
You all speak.
You
All
speak. Very good. This is a switch to Atmane. See, Likhata, Yacha, Namata were all Parasmai. We switch to Atmane. So Bhashadhvam is also you all. You all speak. Well done. You all speak. Vardhatam.
They grow.
There is no Nakara. Vardhatam.
He or she.
He or she or it. Okay. He or she or it may it grow. Okay. Let him, her or it grow or prosper. Okay. Well done, guys. So we are having some 10-15 minutes. So let's take a quick 3-minute break and start the next lesson. Okay. So with that, we have concluded the 5th lesson. I want to get started with the 6th and do a little bit. At least we can do the Sukti to call it a start. So take a 2-3 minute break and come back. Meanwhile, I'll get the next one ready. Okay, welcome back to the class. We'll get started with the 6th lesson. Okay, Shashtaha Pataha. Notice the Mahaprana Takara here. Okay, Shashtaha Pataha, different from Shashtihi, which was Alpaprana Takara. Shashtihi, 60. So Shashtaha is the 6th. Okay, so this is called Purna Pratyayanta. So 6th lesson, not 6, just not 6, 6th. Okay, ranking. Okay, 6th lesson. प्रथमः द्वितीयः तृतीयः चतुर्थः पंचमः षष्ठः, like that it goes. We'll be going to learn that also through these lessons. Okay, so now the sukti for the 6th lesson. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatamekarupata. Chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. So chitte vachi kriyayam, all are saptami ekavachana prayogas. So chittam chitte, in the mind. So saptami ekavachana. Vachaha vachi. So in the vak, vacho, vachaha, something like that. Vak shabda, I think. Okay, so vachi, in the speech, that means in the mouth when we speak, that sense. Vachi kriyayam, in action. So in thinking, in speaking and in acting. Okay, in thinking, in speaking and in acting. Basically in the mind, in the word and in the deed. Another beautiful way to put it in English: mind, word and deed. Okay, so in all three, cha, in all of them, mahatam, of the noble people, great people. Mahatam, Mahat Shabda. So it's applied to, personified to Mahatam. Okay, so of them. Okay, so this is Shashti Bahuvachana, Mahatam iti. Okay, Eka Rupata, Eka, one, Rupata, form, oneness. Okay, so they do the same in thinking, in telling and acting, in talking and acting. Okay, or basically noble persons are one in mind, word and deed. It's a good translation what they have done. It's a good superior translation, not literal. Literal is what I was trying to do. So eka rupata, but we need literal to help us, so that's why we do that way. Okay, and look here, mahatam eka rupata is a simple samyoga where the avasana is removed, so halant makara joins the ekara, me eka rupata, like that it will become. Okay, and if, for example, if you wanted to remove the space between the cha and the anuswara bindu, kriyayancha, so this will become cha cha ja ja nya. That nya will come in place of anuswara and join the chakara. So kriyayancha, like that it will go. Okay. All right. Just because just recently we studied, I pointed that out. So that's what chittam vak kriya. That's what has become chitte vachi kriyayamcha. Sorry. Okay, so again I was able to dig up from where this comes. This comes from one of the subhashitas in something called Subhashita Ratna Bhandagaraha. Not able to track exactly who is the collector or the author of this compendium, but what it means is Subhashita Ratnanam Bhandagaraha. Bhandagara means Vitta Kosha, that means your treasury. Okay, or a storehouse. It can be for grain store, anything like that. But Ratna Bandhagara, so better be Vitta Kosha. So the book that is the storehouse of jewels of Subhashita. Fantastic name. I particularly love the name. So yatha chittam tatha vacho, yatha vachas tatha kriyaha, chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahatam ekarupata. So it's kind of nice congruent preceding line that leads off to this second line, right? Yatha chittam tata vachaha, yatha chittam yatha matihi tata vak iti. Okay, so yatha vachaha tatha kriyaha. The way they talk, the same way they do the deeds, they enact. Okay, so beautiful. So yata chittam tatha vacho, yata vachasthatha kriyaah, chitte vachi kriyayancha mahatame karupata. यथा चित्ते अथवा मनसि चिंतनम अथवा आलोचनम वर्तते तथैव वदन्ति महापुरुषाः। यथा पुनः यथा ते वदन्ति तथैव आचरन्ति चापि च अपि। एवं महापुरुषाः चिन्तने वचने कार्ये च साम्यं रक्षयन्ति। See, this is how you do tatparya. This is called tatparya. I didn't try the Anvaya because it's fairly straightforward to do Anvaya. This is not too complex, but Tatparya is interesting. You have to try and use few other words from your library of words. Okay. All right. Any questions with this Ukti?
Sir, is this the original one which you said, Yata Chittam Tata Vacho Yata?
Yeah. This is the source of this Ukti. Yatha chittam tatha vacho, yatha vachas tatha kriyaah, chitte vachi kriyayam cha mahat. This is one sloka, one Subhashita sloka, from which the second half is taken as a Ukti in the book.
Okay.
And this is from this Subhashita Ratna Bandhagara of some great Kavi. Okay, all right. So let us do some Bhasha Abhyasa. We have some time. Okay, so let us use this this Mayavini's help and practice some things. Okay. Bhavishyat Kala. So today's focus is Bhavishyat Kala. We were thinking. We did Lat, which was Vartamana Kala. We did Lang, which was Bhuta Kala. Then we did Lot just recently. Today also we have been practicing Lot. Now we are moving to Bhavishyat Kala in the 6th lesson. Okay, future tense. It's time to step into the future. That's why I have brought this lady to help us step into the future. I think what I was thinking when I put her, I don't know. I think it is because she is going to tell Bhavishya. All right, they are called something. They in the Western fairs, such ladies, they
Tarot readers.
Tarot reader is one thing. Those who do this
Soothsayers.
glass. Huh?
Soothsayers.
Soothsayer. Correct. Soothsayer. They'll predict all good future for us. Okay. Huh. Let us bring some Bhagini to read for us. Sandhya Varye, you have raised your hand.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You have the first 9 sentences. Slowly read through these sentences with the meaning. Yes.
Okay. Bhavishyat Kalaha, future tense. Ramaha Shvaha Nagaram Gamishyati. Rama will go to the city tomorrow. Matulaha Shvaha Agamishyati. Maternal uncle will come tomorrow. Nirdhanaha Kashtam Anubhavishyati. The poor people
read it again.
Anubhavishyanti. Nirdhanaha Kashtam Anubhavishyanti. The poor people will experience difficulty. Shvaha Sabhayam Sakhi Kasyati. A friend, a female friend, will sing in the assembly tomorrow. Agrima Saptahe Guruhu Vyakaranam Patayishyati. The teacher will teach grammar next week. Tau Shvaha Rajadhanim Gamishyataha. They both will go to the capital tomorrow. Dushtan Devaha Dandayishyati. God will punish the wicked. Shvaha Pratah Saha Dhanam Dasyati. He will give money tomorrow morning. Te Parashvaha Spardhishyante. They will compete the day after tomorrow.
Very good. Thanks, Bhagini. So, if you saw, a few Parasmai Ekavachanas are there and Bahuvachanas are there, all in Uttama Purusha, Ramaha, Matulaha, Nirdanaha, Sakhi, Guruhu, Tau, Devaha, Shvaha, sorry, Saha. So these are all the kartas. So identifying the karta is also a quick technique you have to develop. Okay, so they are all Prathama Purusha kartas, including here Te is also. But the one difference between ninth one and the rest is rest of them are in Parasmaipadi. So see, we remember Gacchati, Gacchataha, Gacchanti. Same way, Gamishyati, Gamishyataha, Gamishyanti. With A, there is no change. It is switching the direction, right? Comes. So Agamishyati, Agamishyataha, Agamisyanti. Instead of Agacchati, Agacchataha, Agachanti will become Gamish. Okay, Gam Dhatu takes its original rupa gam here, but there is an ishya added. Okay, ishya everywhere, ishya, ishya, ishya consistently, and in some places sya is there. Okay, but dominantly ishya is there. In some places sya is there, dasyati, gasyati. So there are two variants we have to know. So for example, gasyati, gayati of lat, gayati, gayataha, gayanti moves to gasyati, gasyataha, gasyanti. Okay, instead of gaishyati, gaishyati. So few places we have to remember it is declining differently. Those dhatus, if we practice that the sya variants and keep them in a, okay, these are all sya guys, and keep them in a list, we are going to be helped. Okay, so that's what we practiced here. Last one, it was an Atmanepadi dhatu. So it is also having ishya. So for example, Spardhate, spardhete, spardhante became spardhishyate, spardhishyete, spardhishyante. Almost the ending remains with an ishya addition. Spardhate becomes spardhishyate, spardhete becomes spardhishyete, and spardhante becomes spardhishyante. Okay, ishya added in all three vachanas. Okay, the endings pretty much remaining like lat. That's why it's fairly easy to practice Bhavishyat Kala. They have just waited because it's not good to introduce Bhavishyat and then go to past. So they have put Bhavishyat in as late as possible. But it is easier to learn after lat. Lat and then this lrit is easy. Okay, this is called lrit lakara. Lrit lakara. Okay, all right. So Bhagini helped us with these 10. Let us try next to 10. Let us invite Trupti Varye. Asman Trupta Karotu Patitva Dashamataha Vimshati Paryantam.
Sashyani Vegen Vardishyante.
हाँ एकनिमेषं तो भगिन्या किं तत्र किञ्चित् हिन्दी इव वेगेन इति उक्तं तथा न करणीयं संस्कृते सस्यानि वेगेन इति यथा अस्ति तथा पठनीयं न इति अकारयुक्तः अस्ति किल तो वेगेन इति पुनः प्रयत्नं करोतु भगिनि
सस्यानि वेगेन Vardishyante. Plants will grow fast. Kim tvam uttirna bhavishyasi. Will you pass?
Uttirnah bhavishyasi. Will you pass?
Tvam prayatisyasye.
Slowly. Try it again.
Tvam prayatisyasye.
Prayatishyase.
Chet Vardishyase.
Vardishyase. Okay, tvam prayatishyase chet vardishyase. Actually, there are two sentences with the chet connector. I will come to that later. Okay.
If you try, you will improve. Tvam swa maliciously kim. Will you meet me tomorrow? Aham swa melanartham prayatnam karishyami.
Well done.
I will try to meet you tomorrow. Praparashya aham.
प्रपरश्वः
प्रपरश्वः अहं पुस्तकं प्रतिदास्यामि
प्रतिदास्यामि
प्रतिदास्यामि I will return the book 2 days after tomorrow.
Okay, praparashvah. Okay, thanks Bhagini. So good try. I know it is difficult when you have always seen this Hindi letters or Devanagari Lipi with Hindi pronunciation. It takes some enormous effort to switch out of that and put on the Sanskrit hat. So you made a good try. Here and there I have helped you with the changes. So here there are, because I wanted to just work with these five, I stopped there because there are enough material to analyze a little bit before we move forward. Okay, so sasyani vegena vardishyante. So this is also Atmanepadi dhatu, vardha dhatu. So vardishyante, a ending with the nakara there. So the sasya is plant. So plants sasyam. So sasyani vegena, with speed. So this is called kriya visheshana. Okay. This is in karana position, or what we call tritiya vibhakti position, but this is not necessarily an instrument of growth. It is actually a quality of growth. You see the difference? Vegena vardishyante. So because it is the quality of growth with speed, this becomes a kriya visheshana. Okay, so this is a namapada still, but it is a kriya visheshana. So sasyani vegena vardishyante. So these are also vardhate, vardhete, vardante in lat becomes vardishyate, vardishyete, vardishyante, because plurality of sasya vardishyante. Okay, that was the thing. Now kim tvam uttirnaha bhavishyasi. So we have to put a kaku because of kim. So see, the Sanskrit style has this kim coming in the beginning also. What will you pass, like that? क्या हिंदी में भी ऐसा ही बोलते हैं ना, क्या आप उत्तीर्ण हो जाएंगे, like that. Of course when the way I said it, it is doubting. Okay, ठीक है. तो इधर किम त्वम उत्तीर्णः भविष्यसि, like that. Okay, so now here this is, they have switched to madhyama purusha. Okay, till now they had not introduced madhyama purusha. Okay, bhavishyati, bhavishyatah, bhavishyanti, bhavishyasi, bhavishyatah, bhavishyatha will be the future tense for madhyama purusha. So bhavishyasi ekavachana form we can see. So will you pass what? This prashnartaka because of kim. Okay, then this one is very interesting. So I am wondering why they introduced this complication, but I think they want to continuously teach and have us guys stop you and point out. So this chet is a connector. Okay, this chet is a we can say links a karana to a karya. Okay, so it is a karya karana link. That means if that happens, then this happens. This chet business. Okay, this we learn yadi tarhi. It is somewhat similar. Okay, yadi bhavan agacchati tarhi aham chayapeyam dasyami dadami, something like that. So if you come, I will give you tea. So yadi tarhi we have kind of seen in other places. That is one type of connector of two phrases, right? Karya karana bhava. So first one, if it happens, then so if else of software, if else. Or if then, actually it's not if else, it is if then. If you do this, then I will do this. If I do this, then you do that. It can be any combinations like that. So here, this is both about tvam, but here it is tvam prayatishyase. It's simply one statement. You will try. Okay, will because future tense, right? Ishyase is there. So you will try. Chet is similar to yadi tarhi, but it is one is enough. Okay, you try if indeed. So if indeed is the full expansion of chet. You try, you will try if indeed you will grow. Vardishyase. Tvam becomes a common karta for vardishyase also. Tvam. So tvam prayatishyase chet tvam vardishyase. No need to put tvam again. आप यत्न किया तो of हिंदी किया तो आप वर्धन प्राप्नोगी. Something like that. I don't know how to say anything. Prapnogi va. Whatever Hindi word. Okay, so that one.
प्राप्त करोगे.
हाँ, प्राप्त करोगी, प्राप्नोगी. I'm sorry, प्राप्त करोगी. All of us South Indians are fighting hard to find the correct Hindi verb always. So, so after that it is fairly straightforward. Tvam shvaha melayishyasi statement. Tvam shvaha melayishyasi kim. Shvaha indicating tomorrow. So kim can be put in the end. So this kim in the end and kim in the beginning has a little different kaku if you see. Kim tvam uttirnaha bhavishyasi. It's a little bit anxiousness is there in that question. Here you see tvam shvaha melayishyasi kim is a fairly straightforward. Okay, of course with the tonality you can bring anxiousness, but it is more powerful to bring anxiousness with the kim in the beginning. What? You will really pass like that. Okay, same kaku we use in English also if you notice. So this way some play of sentences are there. So we will call it a break now. We will continue from the 16th sentence onwards and continue our practice in future tense. So let's take a break. We'll meet again in the afternoon. Okay. So 3 o'clock after your lunch and short snap sleep. Okay, you please come back and join us in good numbers to continue our study of Samskrita. Thank you very much.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
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 ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.